think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's Rodman. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ball point, you know it's knockin'.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be adding our integration kit to this 370Z. This integration kit will work on pretty much any 370Z as long as it has a factory touch screen. There is a couple of other prerequisites that the car needs, which we will look at in a minute. This interface will give you Apple CarPlay, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and it also runs an Android operating system. That way you can use YouTube and Netflix and all sorts of crazy things, which we will look at. But first we need to install it, so let's do that. So for this interface to work, the first thing you need to look at is the touch screen. So is your screen touch screen? And the best way to do that is to just touch the screen and check. Okay, so yes, we have a touch screen, that is great. The great thing about Japanese cars, or Nissans I should say, is they're all built very similar. We do a lot of Y62 patrols, and what you have to do to get the gear selector off is pull this down, exactly the same, remove this little clip, and the whole thing will slide up, just like that. Okay, once you've got them out, just set them away. Next panel we're going to remove is this one right here. So always handy to have a couple microfibers around just to be safe. What you need to do is basically get underneath and pop it up. Just like that. Remove any connectors that it has and set that panel away. The next part, we are going to be removing this panel here, and the buttons all come out as one with the vents. So there'll be 2 Phillips head screws right here. And there's also another 2 Phillips heads right here, which we'll need to remove as well. When you remove this panel, we're gonna unplug the start stop, which is fine. If you have an airbag light right here, passenger airbag little thing, go and disconnect the battery, because if you unplug it, it'll log an airbag fault. And then you'll have to try and clear that. But this car doesn't have one, so we don't need to worry about that. Make your life easier by removing these as well. Just 2 Phillips heads on them, pop them right out. Okay, that start stop can be a little pain to get out, so what I've done is just released it first, and I'll undo the clip, and then we can remove the panel. We can set that away. Next up, we're going to remove this control panel with 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips heads. Okay, remove the connector from the back and then set that away. Next up, we have another 4 Phillips heads, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to allow us to remove the main radio and the screen, which we'll also have to set them away, and then we can start fitting the module. Okay, there is a lot of plugs going on behind the screen here. So what I'm thinking is, instead of removing the whole radio, I'll show you guys what plugs that we need to utilize for our kit, and then we can run the module and the wiring. So before we remove the CD changer and the main radio, I wanted to look at where we can put the module, because it's fairly large. I'm thinking we could actually double side it right to the top of the radio there. Right, there's plenty of room. Look at that. Nothing really goes here that's going to interfere with the module. There's plenty of room for all the plugs. I think that might be the go. Okay, in the kit, this is what you will get wiring wise. We have our LVDS cable, so that's going to plug and play with the screen connector right there, and you can even see it's the same shape and color. That's one. Double-sided tape comes in the kit to mount our module. 2. GPS antenna, which we'll show you how to mount. USB input. Okay, there's 3 inputs. So what we're going to do is probably do 2 in the glove box and the main one, the CarPlay one, in the center here, because, you know, just makes sense to do that. The plug and play portion for power. Okay, so that's going to power everything up. And then there's some extra inputs here. So there's a fair bit going on, but you've got a right video in, left video in, front video in, rear video in. So all AV inputs, heaps of them, if you want to add any video in. And then there's also a bunch of video and, is there audio? Video and audio outputs. Okay, so if you ever want to look at aftermarket things, rear seat entertainment, which you probably wouldn't in this car anyway, it's all there. Portion of the harness, we have 2 plugs, and what they're going to do is they're going to plug right behind here. So we'll pull this out, don't have to pull it out all the way. And we're going to go second one on the left side from the top. That's the main power harness for the radio. So we're going to pop that out like so. And we're going to plug that into our new harness. Just like this. Oh, that way. Okay. Once you get that in, make sure it's in nicely. Check the clip. Good. Now what we can do is the male on the other end, plug it back into the radio. Boom. That's one section done. The next plug we're going to use is the one right at the top. So we're going to pop that out, plug it into our new harness. Oh, that way. And then plug our harness back into the radio. Just like that. And that is the plug and play portion pretty much done. All we'll need to do is plug that into the module, but that's for later. So we can pop this back. So it's definitely a lot easier to do it that way and not remove the radio, because there's like 50 plugs behind there and most people will forget one. We won't, but most people. There you go. Screen connection. That's just going to plug in there. And this will go back into the original screen. And what we're going to do is tape this up, make it look nice. Screen connection is done. Main powers are done. GPS antenna is very important. GPS antenna, you want to get it nice and high on the dash. Don't stick it up here. I mean, you can if you want, it just looks ugly. What you're going to do, behind the screen, at the top here, there's a nice flat part of this vent. And it's going to get you really nice and high on the dash. And this GPS antenna will pick up great reception from that. So you can feed it up, there we go. And then it will land on a flat port, on a flat portion, sorry, which is where it is right now. And it's not going anywhere. Okay, we're going to run that to the module. And then the rest we can bundle up. Next up is the USB ports. Pretty straightforward, guys. You've got USB, USB 1, USB 2. So USB is your CarPlay USB. So that's the one that you need to know that it's CarPlay. And you can run it to here. You can run it to the center, you can run it to the glove box, do whatever you want with it. And the other 2, same thing, but they're just external inputs. So you could do a hotspot, hard drive, USB, you name it. We have run our screen connection, which you saw. Our main powers are done, USBs are done, so we did 2 in the glove box, 1 into the center console. That cable's very easy to run. I'll give you guys a little tip to make your life even easier. This panel here, you can pull it right up and run your cabling underneath it. That's what we did. Okay, pop it straight down, make sure it's plugged in. And now we can start reassembling some of the screws and just testing everything to see how it's all looking. So without going too far, we've just got most things plugged in, screwed up, and we just want to test and see how it all looks, make sure it's just working. First good sign is the screen's working and touch is all working. Awesome. Still got sound. So we're going to press AUX. And pressing AUX has now switched us to our new interface. So as you can see here, you've got navigation here, there's a few apps there. Apps page will bring up all of the apps that you have right here. So there's YouTube, Play Store, File Manager, there's a whole bunch of things there. Touch is working, screen's all working, everything seems to be working. So what we're gonna do now is get the car back together, and then we can go through and look at CarPlay and all the other bits and pieces. Assembly is just going to be the exact same way that you pulled it apart. The car comes apart very easily, so just take note of what you pulled apart and put it back together that way. Guys, the job is complete. This is how it all looks. It's come up really, really nice. We're very happy with it. We've just been doing some basic testing. So you're just going to hit apps. It's going to bring up all of your apps. So from here you've got Chrome, Google Maps, YouTube, Play Store. A lot of this stuff wants internet, so the way you're going to do that is you're going to go into settings and network, and then you're going to go ahead and connect a hotspot or connect your phone or whatever you want. If you go over here, there's another app, that's autoplay. So first go to BT phone, pair up your phone to the Bluetooth, and then you can go to autoplay. And I've connected my phone, and as you see here, we've got Apple CarPlay. These are all the CarPlay apps that are compatible. And then if you just go and play music, it will come right through. Okay, nice and fast. And then when you're in the home screen of CarPlay, you're going to hit that Nissan that Nissan logo, and that'll bring you right back home. Pretty much that is the system. It runs Android, so that's how you get YouTube and Netflix and all that sort of stuff. And it also runs CarPlay and Android Auto. We don't have an Android phone, so I can't show you that. Here's some of the other apps. You've got Netflix already loaded on, ready to go. All you're going to do is pair up your internet, and you can go ahead and use all that stuff. On top of that, all of the original stuff will continue to work as normal, including the reverse camera. So it's very, very nicely integrated. If you have any questions regarding this installation, drop them in the comments below. If you want to reach out to us or buy the module, it's www.shoptfb.com. That's our website. And that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.